At UNC Kenan-Flagler, we've made it a real priority to help develop our students as leaders.
We have a collaborative culture which really reaches out, embraces students, and helps them succeed.
We all help each other, and we work in groups, and if you're working in a team, if one person fails, we all fail. And so we have that kind of mentality. That's what makes Kenan-Flagler a great place to be.
We are really trying to develop a particular type of leader. We have a set of core values at the school that include, of course, leadership and excellence, but also community and teamwork. And so we are trying to develop leaders who really incorporate those values into the way that they lead.
We focus so much on real-life learning because we feel that the more practical we can make the situations, the sooner the student can think about how to apply it in their future jobs.
The thing that really sold me was a leadership initiative, and it was this tailored leadership curriculum and path for you that you can see from the very beginning. You're going to have multiple opportunities to hit on your own leadership style and figure out what it is.
The Leadership Initiative has more opportunities than any one student could take advantage of by design.
New Leader Simulation was, we're playing a role of a VP that just got into a new company. We had to respond to emails, basically talk to different people, different stakeholders in the company. So it was a great chance of handling conflicts, delegating, all of these things that we'll definitely need to do as future leaders in corporations.
So I also participated in the managerial simulation, which is one that forces you to interact with a subordinate as well as a peer in a situation where two companies are combining. So you've got issue with corporate culture and having to integrate as well as being a smaller player from an acquiring standpoint.
They were very realistic. There were actors brought in who you never would have thought were actors, and they're acting very similar to situations that I encountered in the workplace. The actors then were able to observe how I reacted and how I managed and led them, and then give me feedback afterwards.
The feedback that I got both from watching the video and from the professional actors was amazing. It was a great experience for me, and I feel that it really got better by watching myself.
The Managing Change simulation was one in which a number of students, I believe we had 5 in our group, sat down and using a computer-based program came up with decisions and evaluated certain options to improve company performance. And it really incorporated a number of the things that we had learned in the classroom from the financial side as well as the leading and managing side and some human resource draw-ins as well. And at the end of the day, you as a group need to come to a consensus on what is going to be best for the business.
The STAR program stands for Student Teams Achieving Results, and we take a team of students comprised of both MBA students and often undergraduate business majors, and they advise an organization on a real problem that the organization has. STAR projects are great because they give the students a way to see immediately how the things they're learning actually can be put into practice in organizations. You don't have to wait until you graduate or until you have an internship to actually start using what you learned.
In my 2 years, I actually had the opportunity to work on 2 different STAR projects, first as a team member, and then I worked to a project leader position, and 2 totally different projects. One was a nonprofit, one was a for-profit for a social media strategy for a franchisee of Chili's. The biggest thing that I learned about STAR is really just how to manage conflict, and that conflict can be good and have positive benefits.
And it really helps them to think about a process to approach a problem. They get an opportunity to present to the client, and it makes them feel great that they're really focusing on something that can be valuable.
So the Elected Leaders class is a select group of students who've been elected into the MBASA, our student-run organization. And it's really a forum where students can come together and propose challenges, problems, issues that they may be facing in their student organization. We come together and we brainstorm ideas of how to better resolve problems.
We have a number of coaching programs at Kenan-Flagler: executive coaching, MBA coaches, and a communication consultant coach.
As part of the Leadership Initiative, I had an opportunity to meet with an executive coach, and she was able to provide some really unique insight that I hadn't thought about before, and really give me a chance to reflect on my experience and step back and come up with action items of how I could approach things differently.
The Leadership Coaching Program, I think, is a really great tool to help first-year students understand all the options that are out there and really realize the value in practicing their leadership skills.
The ability to practice coaching with first years was extremely beneficial because you talk a lot in a classroom setting and with your peers about best practices and how to handle situations. Sitting across from a first year and having things happen real life and quickly and having to react to that, there's no way to practice that in a classroom.
Being a leadership communications consultant, you gain a lot of insight into what people are thinking. So people come in with problems that I never actually thought of, but problems I could potentially have in the workplace in the future. So helping them work through their problems actually helped me to think about these things and think about how I would deal with them in the future.
The Leadership Immersion course is an entire mod in your second year.
And what they do is set you up with a team of people, a small team, 4 or 5 folks, and you have a coach, an executive coach that guides you, observes you, and helps you with your personal development plan throughout the time of the course.
Maybe the best thing about the Leadership Immersion is that you get constant feedback, not only from your peers, but from an executive coach all along the way. So you really improve your own self-awareness so you can start to tailor your own leadership image as you transition to the work world.
Every moment there's time for reflection and feedback to your teammates and from your teammates. And I learned more about myself in 7 weeks than I have in 27 years.
Our students are very good at both the science of business, which is all the technical skills because of a strong teaching culture, but they are also experts at the heart of business, the people management, the leadership, the team management skills. And that is exactly what our recruiters want today.
So all of the things that we did in the Leadership Initiative really complemented the skills we were getting from our core classes.
Every company that I interviewed with and spoke with talked about leadership and asked me about my leadership opportunities.
When they ask you that question of, tell me about a time when you've led a team, I think you're able to really provide solid answers to that because of the Leadership Initiative.
So we hope and we believe that any graduate of UNC Kenan-Flagler has a deep commitment to providing results for their organization, but to doing it in the right kind of way. And that's something we're really proud of.